You've made it to Chiro Hustle Live. Sit back and learn from the greatest influencers in the profession. This episode is brought to you by Clothes for Chiro, Chiro Sushi, Barbara Eaton's 56-day chiropractic boot camp, California Jam, Move Well University, the Black Diamond Club, Pure Chiro Notes, the Chiro Dex app, Dr. Alok Trivedi, Chiro Spark, Chirogram, Chiropractic Wealth Management, 8 Weeks to Wellness, Integrative Freedom, and Element Mattresses. Let's hustle. Hey guys, Jim Chester coming to you live. I have Dr. Shane Kurth, episode 22 of the Chiro Hustle podcast. This guy is doing everything. I just wanted to bring him on to talk a little bit about his experience being a chiropractor out there in Louisville, Colorado. But I just wanted to let everybody know this episode is brought to you by Chiro Sushi. Chiro Sushi Summit is happening in June out in Las Vegas. So if you guys want more information on Chiro Sushi, I'll put the link in the chat below. But Chiro Sushi is one of our sponsors of the Chiro Hustle podcast. Thank you, Chiro Sushi team, for sponsoring us. So Dr. Shane, how's it going, man?
Oh, going pretty good, man. Getting ready to head out to the mountains, do some snowboarding for the weekend.
Nice. That's one of the benefits of living in Colorado, right?
Absolutely. Too many people I meet out here don't do stuff like that. I don't know why they pay for it, whether they know it or not. But that's our less people out here, the better.
So tell me a little bit about what you're doing out there in Louisville. I know you're helping a lot of people, and you do torque release technique. And let's just talk a little bit about your practice.
Yeah, so my practice is in Louisville, Colorado. It's a small residential community right outside of Boulder, which is a pretty large area out here. Most people have heard of it. I am about a little over 3.5 years into practice, and have one of the largest practices in my area, by far, definitely the biggest one in my town. And I run a typical family-based chiropractic office, have a big emphasis on athletes. You know, majority of any type of professional runner or cyclist that you see typically is from and trains right here. So we have a pretty big athlete base as well. And then I am a full-blown 100% torque release practice. So love that technique. We'll never change it unless something better comes out. But for those of you guys that know about that technique, you should do a seminar, research a little bit. But we see amazing results in here with torque release technique. Most of the patients like it too. It's a lot gentler, especially when we're seeing kids, and a lot of people aren't a big fan of the cracking and popping these days.
That's cool, man. Yeah, I've experienced some of the torque release care myself, and you're a part of our next film, which is Project Patient, which you took a couple of patients through actual care plans and show how their lives improve. We take one, Brady, that is, conditions that people typically don't think of as chiropractic cases, like depression and things with, drug abuse and just typical things that aren't chiropractic cases. And you took some of those on. Let's talk about those cases a little bit.
Yeah, those cases are wonderful. I do something, I started out big into marketing. I also really like doing research and things like that for our profession. So I decided to combine the two, and started when you originally came in here and filmed the one that we did. And I continue to do them. And, I call it the 90-day torque release challenge. Essentially, we will comp the care in here if they participate in the research study. And then we get full rights to, video the whole thing in here, use the videos however we please. I can do all of the pre and post scans and x-rays that I need for the objective findings, and so on. We pretty much challenge a group of people, whether it's people who have ADD, ADHD, addiction problems, anxiety, depression, and get about 5 or 10 people that fall in that group. They have to follow a 3-month care plan in here, and then we just track the progress over time. And Brady was a great example of, the anxiety, depression, addiction, and things like that. He was, he was in his mid-20s and just tried all types of stuff, and was just not feeling like himself for years. So his parents saw the Facebook ad for the research study that we were doing. He is still a patient today. He lives down in Denver now, so he kind of comes to and from here a little bit less than he should, but he still comes and sees me and gets adjusted. It's been, I don't know, how long has it been since we did that? 2 years now?
2 years, yeah, and we're about to come out with the film.
What was it? Yeah, about a couple years.
Yep, and we're about to come out with the movie soon. So yeah, it's been a long time waiting.
Yeah, and he's a leader at a lot of the, the AA, NA, and all those different anonymous classes. And he tells people about us all the time, which is great. So, we work with a lot of people in here with mental health, whether it's like, they're on trying to get off medications for depression or anxiety, or they're just not feeling as good as they want to feel. We really work on people getting their lives turned around and just getting them to feel like themselves again, feeling normal. Awesome results in here over the past few weeks that people have been telling me about. They're getting off their medications that they've been on for like 20 years and just feeling great again.
So let's rewind a little bit and let's talk a little bit about Lisa and let's talk a little bit about Brooke, because those are the three stories that we have in our film.
Yeah. So Lisa, she's somewhere, mid low 30s, and she's been seeing, when I had met her, she was met her at a screening and ended up just asking her to participate in the research study. Had timing kind of worked out nice, but she was diagnosed early onset MS, has had all types of neurological things going on. She basically lost a majority of function on the right side of her body, a lot of eye problems. Many doctors told her she was going to go blind, and she's probably one of the healthiest people I know. She does everything as far as the nutrition, exercise, mental well-being. Her mom is an energy worker, so she does everything right, and she just couldn't get the pieces together on why she was feeling like she was. So she showed, as she showed amazing results. I think after about the fourth or fifth week, she had, she said 75% function back to her right side again. For the past year and a half, she's been out playing softball and volleyball 2 to 3 times a week, getting back to the sports that she used to play. Eyesight comes and goes a little bit. She's still, she's definitely still has some stuff going on, but overall way better than where she was when she initially started here. So that is awesome to see too. And she's been since the research study, now that she values it enough, she's been a paying patient since then, and comes in to 1, 2, 3 times a week, every single week, and she just continually keeps seeing benefits associated with the regular chiropractic care.
So the next person is Brooke. I know that she had a TBI.
Yes. So hey, Brooke, if you're out there watching, I know she's fairly active on Facebook, but Brooke was a professional skier that suffered a traumatic brain injury when she was going down the slopes one day. I think she was doing somewhere around 60, 70 miles an hour, and the report on the slope was wrong. Said it was supposed to be a groomed run, and not sure exactly what happened, but ended up being all mogul. So she took a turn doing about 65 miles an hour into a mogul field, and major brain injury after that. She also had been seeing specialists for 2 or so years. She was housebound at the time, and she, I'm not going to get into all the details behind Brooke, but she had, lots of stuff going on. She obviously today, none of these people are perfect by any means, but complete life-changing results. We're still working on Brooke 2 or 3 times a week as well, and she, we have a lot of ups and downs, but overall, since where we started, much better than where she was. She's gone on runs again. She's working on getting back into the exercising, got her driver's license back, so she's getting a little bit more self-sufficient, self-support.
That's cool.
Which is wonderful to see. I know she's got a nice team of doctors, and I'm definitely one of the top ones on that list, which is great to see. I especially like working with athletes, and it's just great to see the results that can come with, I don't want to say something as simple as chiropractic, but in my mind, it is very simple philosophy. It is very simple if you do the right training, go to the right schools, and practice a technique that works the right way. It's not very hard. If people can commit to giving you the time, you will be able to get them better.
Yeah, so I know that you're doing research studies, and what if somebody out there is watching this and they're interested in doing this type of study at their clinic? What would you suggest to them?
Just shoot me a message on Facebook. So friend me. We're probably already friends on Facebook if I took a guess, but shoot me a message on Facebook and I can give you the details. But yeah, that first one that you filmed, I within 3 hours we had 60 applicants. So that was nuts. And I did all the advertising for it on Facebook, and we basically I was not expecting that type of results that quick, so it kind of blew my mind. But the inbox on Facebook on my Apex page started blowing up. And what I did is I held two big group doctors reports, and we didn't want to have a huge, I don't have time to do all to take care of all those people for free. So we choose the top 5 or 10 candidates, and we basically did I did a group doctors report, said, hey, if you don't want to be here after what I've told you so far, you guys can go ahead and leave. Obviously nobody left, and then we had them all fill out new patient paperwork and talk to each one a little bit about their individual case, and then we came to a conclusion on the top 7 of them, and I think 6 of them finished the study, and it was good stuff.
You've made it to Chiro Hustle Live. Sit back and learn from the greatest influencers in the profession. This episode is brought to you by Clothes for Chiro, Chiro Sushi, Barbara Eaton's 56-day chiropractic boot camp, California Jam, Move Well University, the Black Diamond Club, Pure Chiro Notes, the Chiro Dex app, Dr. Alok Trivedi, Chiro Spark, Chirogram, Chiropractic Wealth Management, 8 Weeks to Wellness, Integrative Freedom, and Element Mattresses. Let's hustle. So tell me, Shane, what has it done for your practice since you do these research studies for your community?
Oh, it's great because, when you're doing the research studies, you get a lot of complex, you go in for the complex cases. You're not getting the people that have most of these complex cases. Yeah, they all have some type of aches and pains. And that's why a lot of people go see the chiropractor, because they don't know the power of, what we actually do. So when you start getting results on traumatic brain injury, MS, retinal problems, people who have been to all sorts of chiropractors, had surgery, that start doing good. When these complex cases start seeing the results, they tell everybody. They tell their friends, their family. So referrals, these are some of my best referrals come from those people that participated in the research studies that we comped the care for the first 3 months. And I'd say maybe only 25% of them actually turn into patients. A lot of people who aren't doing so hot like that, they don't have a lot of, they don't have the finances, unfortunately. But after that trial period is done, we basically go over what it would look like to be a patient in here, and how much it would cost, and all that stuff. So the referrals spike through the roof when you really start getting good results on the complex cases.
That's cool, man. I appreciate what you do. I've seen firsthand the work that you do and how you help people, and I've seen how some of these people become like family almost, and they become like entrenched into your community, and I think that's pretty sweet what you do for them. Now let's transition. I know you have about 10 minutes left here. Let's talk a little bit about the marketing that you do and how you grew your practice so fast, and how you might be able to help other people with your marketing services.
Yeah, absolutely. So when I hit the ground running, I love Amped. They are great. I'm not a current Amped client, but I recommend anybody who is starting an office to start with them, because they get you down the nuts and bolts down, how to run a successful practice, systems, procedures. The more traditional marketing, like screenings and things like that. And I started my whole practice with screenings. When I got going, social media marketing wasn't a what was just getting going. Barely anybody was doing it. And then after year one, I really dove in, because really like to manage my time the right way, and social media marketing is passive. So, in between patients, when I'm in here and I wasn't able to be outside in my office meeting people to grow the practice, I was doing everything I possibly could to learn how to master the social media marketing, paid some experts to go through their training courses. And once I started seeing the results for my practice, then myself and another chiropractor, Devin. We started doing this. We worked with a little under 100 different chiropractic offices, saw very good results with them. And then we both kind of branched our own way and opened up our own social media agencies, which work, mine currently works with all types of business. I have a multi-million-dollar business clients. One of the largest ones that we're currently working with is a major partner with the Mayo Clinic, and they signed up for a 12-month campaign with Vantage Point, which is the name of the marketing company. I still do it for plenty of chiropractors. It's more on a custom basis, a lot of real estate, mortgage companies, and so on. But the good thing with social media marketing, Facebook and Instagram is what I'm specifically talking about, is that there's no budget that is too small or too big to get going on it. If you're going to pay somebody to do it, yeah, it is going to cost a little bit of money, but the return on investment should pay for it in and of itself.
So if there's an office out there struggling, I mean, you obviously weren't always doing well. What would you recommend to somebody that just is kind of like in the funk and doesn't know how to like get out of that, and they don't know how to grow their practice? What would you recommend to them?
Yeah. So for starters, they're busy in practice. That means they have time in practice to kind of do what I did. I wouldn't recommend wasting the time to learn how to do it yourself. I do have a training platform. It's an online digital platform that somebody can buy as a one-time fee that will train them and their team how to run their own, like the basics of how to run their own social media ads if they can't afford to pay our company for them. And Instagram is my favorite way for any business to consumer business to ball on a budget. So for a very small fee with Vantage Point, you can get major results. For just a couple $100 a month, we can get your office out in front of 60 to 80,000 potential customers, which is there's nothing that compares to that. It's more of like guerrilla force marketing, but it works wonderful. It's one of my favorite services.
So you're really utilizing two platforms. You're utilizing the Facebook and the Instagram. Is there anything else that you might be using that other people could learn from?
Yeah, I still do it. I still do it all. I do a lot of email automation marketing as well, and all the stuff that I do is run through ClickFunnels. So sales funnel page is an absolute must. The people want stuff instantly these days. So websites, they're important, but your sales funnel page for your product or your service is more important, because it cuts out the time that they're gonna have to dig through and weed through a website to find what they're looking for. So if you know what you want to promote or what you want to sell, you have a funnel page that you start promoting on social media, and it's basically like an online screener that closes people out. So you only show ads to people that are pre-qualified. So I don't show anybody for any of my clients. I don't show them show their ads to anybody unless they make over $100,000 per year. And you can set up all these demographics on the back end of the ads manager in Facebook or Instagram. And you just you go to town. So you have an ad out there that links to the sales funnel, and then it's pretty much like a one-page, very simple website that captures their phone number, their name, phone number, and email address. And if it's a service-based industry, you contact them and set up their appointment. Or if it's a product, we just have a cart right there where they can go ahead and buy that product, and instantly deal goes through and gets shipped to them. So the ClickFunnels are amazing. There's lead pages and ClickFunnels. ClickFunnels.com. I've played with both of them. That is my go-to platform that I use for all of my clients as well.
So say somebody wants to have you help them. How do they do that?
Best way to do that is to Facebook message me, or if you go to Vantage Point, so vpsocialmarketing.com. Again, that's vpsocialmarketing.com. there is a when you go there, you can just click the free proposal button, and it'll basically, there's like a little questionnaire that'll pop up. They'll see what you're interested in, and then myself or one of my team members will contact you to kind of go over details to see exactly what you're looking for, and chat a little bit more and see if it's a good fit, if we can help you out or not.
Awesome. Well, I think that you're a top-notch chiropractor. You help your community above and beyond. You always deliver the goods. You're helping a lot of offices with their marketing, and you're helping so many people level up and join the ranks of success. And I think that's really special, something what you're doing out there. If you guys want to hear how Dr. Shane really thinks about chiropractic, go over to the Chiro Hustle page and click on episode 22. You're going to hear his full story. And I just want to say thank you to the Chiro Sushi family for sponsoring the Chiro Hustle podcast. The information is up over my left corner. Yep. And I'm going to put their link in the chat too. So thank you, Chiro Sushi, for sponsoring Chiro Hustle. Dr. Shane, I know you have patients coming in about 4 minutes. So thank you for spending some time over your lunch doing this interview with us. And thank you for being a part of the Chiro Hustle movement.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, I just want to thank you for helping out with my practice, and especially for I really take it as a big compliment for all the people that you refer to Vantage Point. I know you know a ton of different marketing gurus out there. So when I get a referral from you and they're interested in getting started up, it really does mean a lot. Definitely take your referrals as the highest value compared to anybody else who sends me referrals out there with your network of people that you know.
Cool. Well, in March we're accepting new sponsorships, so maybe that's something you want to talk about.
Yeah, they're a done deal. Vantage Point will sponsor you.
Awesome, man. Well, love and appreciate you, brother. Keep serving, keep shining, and tell your team hi for me.
Yeah, will do, man. Have a good one. Enjoy the weekend.
All right, see you, Shane.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to Chiro Hustle Live. Don't forget to subscribe and check back next week to continue hustling.